We have a full moon in Sagittarius at 13 degrees, and what a powerful full moon for us to experience. The cosmic energy that is being offered to us can move mountains for us if that's what we desire. But we may come to realize that some of our priorities are changing in the process. Sit back, relax, and let's explore the cosmic energies together to gain an understanding of how we embrace and can utilize this energy to move forward today and every day. Hi, I'm Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly, and welcome to your weekend focus for June the 3rd and the 4th, 2023. Thanks for being here, and thank you for all the positive, loving, supportive energy you send me each and every day. I send it right back. Now, before we go any further, because I know I'm going to start shuffling the deck, and I'm trying not to, and you'll get the understanding of this so much later, but I wanted to show you when I started recording the Eight of Swords here, the change in perception came up as the bottom card, but I will be shuffling it. We'll see if it comes up again, but wanted to share that with you. Okay, Saturday we have a three energy. The three energy is about transformation in our life. It's about communicating. It's about our inner child and letting our inner child out and exploring. Okay, having conversations, learning new experiences. If we look at the numerology of the day, it would be 6 plus 3 plus 7, which is a 16, and that is awakenings. We see things through a new set of lenses. We gain a new perception. Parts of our life will fall away. Okay, and we are in full moon energy, so remember that full moon energy is all about completions, letting go, leaving in the past, healing. So the 16 energy comes in and could definitely change our path in a way that we have no choice but to walk forward in leaving a part of our path behind us. But it's always for our greater good. Okay, they'll never take away something that we need going forward. But oftentimes we end up in a rut or we end up doing the same things over and over again. And so they take charge, they move us. Okay, if you meditate, maybe you get a forewarning of some areas of your life that you need to take control over. But for the most part, with the 16 energy, you have an awakening. You have that aha moment. You have that epiphany of how to go forward. 1 plus 6 equals a 7. The 7 is standing in your truth. It's about growing relationships, bringing in the beauty and the harmony into relationships, deepening our relationships. On Sunday, we have a 4 energy. The 4 energy is getting our ducks in a row, having a plan, our foundation, and growing our foundation, and making sure that our foundation is strong, and it is the foundation that we truly want to build on in order to go forward in our life. The daily energy would be 6 plus 4 plus 7, which is a 17 energy. The 17 energy is about making the impossible possible. And like I said earlier on, if we choose that we want to move a mountain, we will be able to do it under this kind of energy. So nothing is off the table. 1 plus 7 is an 8. An 8 is a very lucky energy. It brings abundance into our life. And it brings abundance into our life by embracing our strength, by embracing our courage, by walking with a sense of integrity, of being able to feel, give, receive unconditional love. The sun is in Gemini, and on Saturday, our moon will move into Sagittarius while we sleep. It's like 1 or 2 in the morning. So we'll wake up and have a moon in Sagittarius for the entire weekend, which brings with it our full moon in Sagittarius on Sunday. So let's just dive right into it and talk about that full moon in Sagittarius at 13 degrees. Now 13 is considered an unlucky number. It's actually a very lucky number, but what happens to us under the 13 energy sometimes doesn't seem all that lucky to us. We feel like all of a sudden we have extra responsibilities or burdens, or we have to put our focus in a different place. But no, it leads, and usually through hindsight we look back and just see how different our life became because of that event, that situation, that happening. Okay, quite often we look back and we go, if that didn't happen to me, I never would have branched out in this direction. I never would have met you guys. I never would have felt the successes and the joy had it not been for that happening in my life. Now, both Gemini and Sagittarius are immutable signs, and Sagittarius is always asking us to widen our vision of what can be, allowing for new learning and travel experiences. And travel isn't just going from different places, but traveling in your thoughts to the realities that you want to step into, the things that you want to make tangible. Jupiter conjuncts the North Node, squaring Mars. Now, Jupiter conjunct North Node is an energy we experience like once every 12 years, okay? And it's in Taurus. It's a great opportunity to reinvent yourself under this energy. Our decisions that we can make right now in the moment can have long and lasting results. We're being asked, like, what is truly has value in our lives, or what is important in our lives? What do we truly need in order to feel sufficient, or we're okay, we have balance, we have that sense of peace or inner peace? Where might we be overdoing it? So with this full moon, we have an opportunity to break free from the old way of wanting more, more, more. Okay, because we do tend to overdo it. You know, we look at your basement, look at your attic. For the majority of people, when they look back after living in a place for 10 or 20 or 30 years, they go, I can't believe the junk I collected, all the stuff that is just, it's worthless, but I kept it and I kept it and I kept it, and now I've got lots of a whole bunch of stuff I don't need in life. And so it is a time, you know, this is going to be a great full moon energy to get rid of the things that no longer has value in your life. You're going to see a lot more garage sales and stuff like that happening as people start to say, I don't really need that. I need this in my life. And it's coming to the conclusion, and sometimes we have to look at what we don't want anymore of in our life in order to understand what we truly do want in our life. So when we say, I don't want this anymore and I don't want that anymore, we start to automatically flip to the things that are necessary for us, that we must have in our life. And so we gain a whole new priority list. We need to redefine what we really need and look towards closure, completion, in order to really take a step into reinventing ourselves. Now we have a beautiful cosmic energy. Mars is opposing Leo, right? Opposing this energy in Leo. Okay, so Jupiter, North Node, conjunct, opposing. So this is about, you know, tapping into that Taurus energy and slowing it down. Mars will want us to go super fast. And Mars isn't going to want to slow it down and think it through and really understand what has value in our life. We just want to go, go, go. And that will probably work to our detriment if we fall into that trap. Because what will happen is we will just use all of our energy in a scattered way, and we won't be able to direct it into the paths we want to go. So, slowing down in order to utilize this incredible energy is a must. We also have Mercury conjunct Uranus. So this is our higher mind and lower mind really sitting at the exact same spot of 20 degrees of Taurus. So once again, we have that Taurus energy. And under this kind of energy, we will get flashes of insight, especially when it comes to the old way of doing, thinking, or perceiving things, and completely new ways to embrace your path going forward. New ideas, new ways of doing and becoming. New paths completely. And the moon is also going to trine Mars. So now Mars is going to be a positive in our life because this is a fire energy. It's passionate and lead from your heart. Get creative. Okay. In this summary, you know, in summary, I should say, not in this summary. In summary, the full moon is full of dynamic insights as it shines this light on new ways of perceiving our old patterns and practices in our life. Ways that we're just kind of robotic in what we do and why we do it, and not really giving it any thought. And we give it thought now, and we see how the old way of doing things really doesn't move us in the direction we need to. And institutionalizing some new practices within us. Institutionalizing, they say, okay. It's about waking up to a truth that already lays within you, okay, and walking with a sense of integrity towards new horizons. Now, I did put out a more complete explanation on the full moon on Friday morning, so it is kind of a summary of a summary. So if you haven't watched it yet, I'll leave a link to in the info box for you, okay? So let's turn to the cards. No, I didn't shuffle the cards at all. It was still the same one. I got carried away in talking about the stars. There's so much beautiful energy there for us to really awaken to a new way of doing things. Sometimes we get in that rut and we're really not sure how to get out. And this is where we get the how to. Okay. Our underlying energy for the weekend. Oh, look at this. The Eight of Wands. This is about expanding your horizons. This is about looking for more possibilities, more adventures, more opportunities to bring in joy and happiness, abundance into your life, love into your life. Our first card is the Six of Swords. We're ready. We're ready to go forward into uncharted territories. We're going to go in search of new lands, new ideas, new wants, new desires. That's where we are. And it's the path that we have walked to this point that has led us to this moment in time. So we are equipped in our mind, body, and spirit to take this path forward. Perhaps now we need a belief in ourselves that we will go forward with the strength. So we stand tall and we push ourselves off the shore. We have the Four of Pentacles, and if you keep hanging on to those things that you must hang on to, you are going to stay in that rut or you're going to stay stagnated. It's a time to release. It's a time to let go. It's a time to release, where you think, you'll have nothing if you don't have that. There are things that we need in our life, but there are things that we do not need in our life. And coming to terms with some of those things is hard because that is what we have been doing for a portion of our life, or told to do for a portion of our life, and we believed it and we walked it, and it got us, on the what is it, the mouse wheel, right? Just going around and around. It's about letting go. It's about standing up, feeling the freedom. Feeling the freedom, feeling the energy that's open to you. When your arms are like this, you're not going to be able to take in energy. Okay, your arms have to be like this. You have to be outwards. And so you can't hold on to those things and ask for new things to come in at the same time right now. It's impossible. But when you stand up, when you turn around, when you look behind you, you see this giant pentacle gate, the pathway to true abundance in your life. Guarded by angels, waiting patiently for you. And it doesn't mean the things that you let go of is things that cannot return in your life at a later date. So sometimes we must self-sacrifice now in order to have the things that we want to truly bring into our life going forward. We have the Lovers. There was a point when we had the Seven energy and I was talking about relationships and deepening relationships. This could be deepening a passion, a desire, a dream as well. But also deepening relationships. Uniting as one. Maybe it's new partnerships, but it's growing that partnership. It's building trust. It's building respect. It's building love. Mutual understandings. Like-mindedness. So there is a beautiful energy there to deepen a relationship, to grow a relationship. And we have that 3 energy. We can talk about it and look who shows up. A change of perception. We will get a change of perception in some area of our life. Of understanding that we can do something a better way, or we don't even need to do that process in order to move forward in our life. That in fact it was a hindrance and we didn't even realize that we thought it was moving us forward in some way. So we back it up, we think it through. And when we get over the anxiety and the fear that bubbles up, that kind of leaves us immobilized, because that's what fear and anxiety will do. It will immobilize us so that we can't think rationally, so that we can't be grounded, so that we can't move forward with a strength, with a surety. But once we pull it back and we think about it, we realize that our hands are free. We can remove the blindfold. And when we remove the blindfold, we see that those swords don't hold a candle to holding us back from what we want to go after. That we weren't trapped this whole time. But we get this understanding, we get this clarity, we get this aha moment, we get this epiphany. It's a realization that couldn't have been realized before. It comes together for you. You understand how you can move forward in very new directions if you so want it. It is a time about reinventing yourself. And I think since it's in Taurus, that Jupiter and North Node meeting in the sky, right? We don't get that gift very often. The fact that we get it on a full moon tells us that we need to look more at what we need to release in our life in order to really have the freedom, that sense of liberation, that feeling of contentment, that joy, that love in our life. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more card. We have the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands is you standing up there on that mountaintop and everybody's looking up at you and you say, I'm going forward. I'm doing this in my life. I'm setting out in a new way. I'm becoming a new person. I'm reinventing myself. I'm changing jobs. I'm changing scenery. I'm changing my mindset. I'm changing my spiritual approach, whatever it might be that you are personally changing. And you are asking your friends, you are asking your family, you are asking your community to come with you and support you in this endeavor. But know full well that you'll be going forward without them if they choose to stay behind, and you'll love them all the same. Okay, we will get a Nature's Whisper Oracle card. Okay, we have adventure. Kid you not? The 30 energy here for adventure. So 3 plus 0 is a 3. We've already talked about the 3. The 3 can also bring in, I mean, that's about joy, that's about celebration, that's getting together with people. It's also about good news that can come in and flow into your life. So because we've gotten it, the 3 in more ways than one, I think we need to expand on its definition of how it can come in, because it may come in several different ways in your life. Okay, I'll hold that up so you can meditate on the artist rendition of adventure. It's an excellent time to take a short jaunt anywhere that inspires you. If you enjoy horseback riding or riding a bike, create the opportunity to do this. Just get outdoors and travel. It will, and that's kind of like the moon trining Mars, isn't it? It will help you break out of your routine. It may also expose you to a different outlook, a new opportunity. I kid you not. You are really going to feel so much better after taking a break. There is no feeling quite like having the wind blow through your hair or the sun on your back. So, this card validates that we need to get out there and we need to do something. We need to join that team sport, or go for a brisk walk in the forest or something, in order to get grounded, in order to think things through, in order to move yourself forward. So it'll help you break out of your routine and may expose you to a different outlook, a new opportunity, a new adventure. Okay, we'll get an animal card, and of course we'll do a Journey of Love card at the end, because it is a full moon energy we are looking at. And we had 2 cards wanting to come. The intuitive. I thought I would trick it because I don't have flashy nail polish on anymore, but that didn't work. Oh, look at that. I got a tear on the card, too. Listen to the song in your soul. Trust your intuition as you have a way of knowing. Emerge from the busy life and seek more solitude. Recognize that you are unique. Recognize that you are unique and that you are loved. So listen to the song in your soul. Okay, once again, we go within, right? We contemplate things. And that's when we get those aha moments. That's when we get those epiphanies. Trust in your intuition as you have a way of knowing. Emerge from the busy life and seek more solitude. That has been, weaved right through the fabric of this whole reading for you so far. Recognize that you are unique and that you are loved. And you are unique and you are loved. Absolutely. I love you. And we are all unique. There's not one of us that's the same as the other. And there might be very close. I mean, there's twins and triplets and uncanny how close the resemblance is. And yet, there are differences. The light field, 63. The light field. Look at that card. The light field. Now, are we standing or sitting there on that rock? Is that us sitting on a rock in the center of that light field? Does that light field come from within us? And are we growing that light field to lead us to brighter and better paths forward each and every day? I'll hold the card up so you can meditate on it. I read directly from this book. I don't put my own thoughts at all in it because they did such a beautiful job of creating this deck, the cards themselves and the write-ups. So I can't do better than what they did. I know it right from the get-go. Okay, so here we are. When I'm in love, I am not afraid to be any part of me. I let it all be free for the world to know, and when I'm ready to love, I will create a reflection of who I am, and we will shed our fears, complete our past, and trust love to be our guide. Open to the other side, the veil that separates the worlds is very fine for you. For there is much love in your heart, and love exists beyond all barriers, including those of time, distance, and even death. If you wish to communicate with those who have passed on, do so through your heart. If you want to communicate energetically with a beloved, even though you are separated in physical locations, then you can do so now. If your psychic abilities are opening and you need confirmation or reassurance, accept this message of guidance as being such. Those who have passed can be received fully and peacefully into the light, and your love guides them home. The messages that you sense in your own heart that come from the unconditional love, that uplift and reassured, can be trusted. The light is so close to you, beloved. It surrounds you as you glow from within. This oracle brings you guidance that you are connecting with a field of awareness that is real, and that you are protected by this light as you do so. It is confirming that there is nothing for you to fear. And those that have passed on or will in the future will always be safely held in love. It's also a confirmation that there are very real bonds that connect you to your loved ones, past, present, and future, that are beyond the confines of time and space. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.